The time of this recording is early morning of September 11th, 2014, marking the 13th anniversary of the attacks on Manhattan and Washington, setting off what for my country, the United States, has become the longest war that we've ever been involved in. It's been a conflict that has had a great price to my family and my friends in a very personal way. And every year, I think about when they were trying to figure out how are we going to recognize September 11th. Are we going to have it become a national holiday, or what are we going to do to memorialize this time, this event? And I find it interesting that we have kept it a working day in recognition of the true purpose of what was going on. And I think the original idea was that these attacks occurred, specifically the World Trade Center was the biggest the biggest tragedy of that day. And the people that were at the World Trade Center, they were going to work, they were working. So to correctly memorialize that, we continue to work. We don't stop and mourn and throw ash on our head. We get to work and continue to move forward. I think that's fascinating that that would be recognized, and it makes sense. And I'm pretty Joe average as it comes to things like that. I do have my libertarian and other proclivities, but I'm by and large a normal person as it comes to things social. The other thing that we are experiencing right now as it pertains to this day is the children who were born after those events are now hitting ages of awareness where they can actually express themselves and you can see their perspective on a world, and compare that to our world. I'm nearly 40 now. Our world, a world that they'll never know, where things are just very different. They won't understand as easily a time when a surveillance camera for us was shocking. Like, oh no, that's something they do in Russia or Germany. But you have that, and you have the internet, and it's really, I'm not going to say bizarre, but it's fascinating to see how people of my age, and I'm sure many of you watching this, have seen really two different worlds between that event and the internet. I don't know how many of you were of age before the mid 90s, but man, we were part of it. We were really part of history. And I remember talking to my grandparents about the difference between before and electricity being widespread and after, and they couldn't really say anything about it because they didn't really think about it much. But here we are. I mean, I think we could easily say plenty about it, or there's others of us who probably don't think about it much. I can just imagine it now. Maybe my daughter or her children, if I'm blessed with grandchildren, will ask me, "Hey, Grandpa, what was it like in those days before the internet?" They'd be like, "Well, we had these bulletin boards and we had to listen to our modems go, and it took us forever to play a game online." All right. Well, I'm just thinking about all of you, my friends on here, and I'm thinking about the friends that I've lost and the friends whose lives I've changed, and reflecting on wondering at that time a long time ago what my friends were up to, and man, life is a trip. Catch y'all later.